Hello, fellow ambitionists, and welcome to Goal Accomplishment Made Easy, the podcast. I'm your host, and this is where we turn your ambitions into actionable plans. Through proven strategies, personalized goal roadmaps, and a focus on progress, I'll guide you in breaking down big goals into milestones you can achieve. Each episode delivers practical tools to help you stay on track and make real progress towards your goals. Ready to start accomplishing? Let's dive in. If you constantly feel under pressure, always trying to keep up, always feeling like you should be further along, but you're not seeing the results you expected, this episode is for you. If your life feels intense and demanding and heavy, but not necessarily forward moving, this episode is for you. I'm Desiree Stapleton, Le Gonzalez, and I work with people who are serious about accomplishing their goals, people who carry responsibility, they show up consistently, and are trying to build something meaningful with their lives. So, let's talk about something that gets confused all the time. Pressure and progress are not the same thing. Pressure feels like movement. You're busy, you're responding, you're staying on top of things, you're handling what's in front of you. Your days are full, your mind is on, your energy is stretched. And that can look like progress, especially from the outside. But pressure is about reaction, progress is about direction. A lot of capable people live under constant pressure. They're meeting expectations, they're carrying responsibilities, they're doing what needs to be done. But when they pause and look at their life over the last 6 months or year, they realize something uncomfortable. Things feel harder, but not necessarily different. And that's the signal. Pressure increases effort, progress changes outcomes. Here's another way to tell the difference. Pressure asks, what needs my attention right now? Progress asks, what am I intentionally moving forward? When pressure is running the show, your time is decided by urgency. When progress is running the show, your time is decided by priorities. Urgency feels important. Priorities create change. And this is where people get stuck. They assume that if they just manage the pressure better, work harder, be more disciplined, be more organized, progress will eventually show up. Sometimes it does. Often it doesn't, because pressure doesn't automatically move you closer to a goal. It just keeps things from falling apart. Progress requires something pressure doesn't give you on its own: choice. You have to choose which goal matters most right now, what actually moves that goal forward, and what gets your best energy instead of leftovers. Pressure fills all available space. Progress requires you to protect space. So, here's a check I want you to do. Look at your last week and ask yourself, what did I do because it was urgent? And what did I do because it moved me closer to an outcome I cared about? If most of your time went to urgent things, that explains the pressure. If very little went to outcome driven work, then that explains the lack of progress. And that's not failure, that's just information. So here's another important distinction: pressure is loud, it demands immediate attention, and progress is often quiet. It doesn't always feel dramatic, it doesn't always come with instant feedback. And that's why people abandon progress work too early. It doesn't give the same rush as clearing urgent tasks. But over time, progress work is what changes your life. This is also why people confuse exhaustion with advancement. You can be completely worn out and still in the same place. You can also be steady, focused, and quietly moving forward. Energy spent does not equal distance traveled. So here's a shift I want you to make after this episode. Stop asking, how do I handle all this pressure better? And start asking, what progress am I protecting time for? That might mean saying no to something reasonable, or letting something stay unfinished, or disappointing expectations that don't align with where you're going. And that's not irresponsibility, that's strategy. And it's exactly why Goal Accomplishment Made Easy, the program, is structured the way that it is. It helps you separate pressure driven tasks from progress driven actions. We take your goal and break it down into clear steps or deadlines so you always know what actually deserves your time, even when everything feels important. So if your life feels heavy but unchanged, don't assume you're failing. You may just be operating under pressure instead of building progress. And if you want support shifting that with clarity and structure, you can learn more at goalaccomplishmentmadeeasy.com. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in to Goal Accomplishment Made Easy, the podcast. Stay committed. Keep taking those small daily steps and watch your goals turn to reality. For more resources and personalized support, visit goalaccomplishmentmadeeasy.com, and we'll see you in the next episode.